ICM320. This is my walkthrough video 1 for storyboard 1. For this video idea, I wanted to just do a simple process video. Basically, they're just like time-lapse videos with certain captions spread out intermittently, where the artist just draws and it's all recorded and people can just see that entire process in a shorter length of time. These are really popular on TikTok and Instagram, Facebook. They're pretty much popular everywhere, for people who are artists and for people who are not necessarily artists, just to be able to see another artist do something and see it from beginning to end. So for the intro, I intend on showing the final piece, an image of the final piece with the title sequence, of course, and music to keep it interesting, and really grab the viewer, with a voiceover saying welcome to my official video. In this episode, I'll be showing you a process video of a simple illustration using Procreate. I do plan on doing a process footage recording of my screen once I figure that out, how to do that on my tablet, because I am drawing on my iPad. This will affect how it's taught and stuff. I do want people to be able to see what tools I use, but for this video it'll just be a process video of a time lapse, and I will edit in captions for the sake of the viewer so that they can kind of follow along and see what exactly I'm doing during the process of making this piece. So in scene 2, it will shift onto the blank artboard with caption boxes showing where I start and how I start, with voiceovers saying first I start with a fresh canvas, first with the size and the standard white background without a grid. Then I move on to scene 2, shot 2, where I'm making a beginning sketch with a text box that again highlights exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to be having a text box for almost every scene. One, for the sake of people who may not be able to hear my voice, and also for the sake of people just watching and wanting to figure out how to do this or how to use certain techniques on Procreate themselves. We'll have a voiceover saying starting on a new layer named Sketch. I use a standard pencil brush to sketch out my idea, and I like to use a different color for my final line work. I will include tips and tricks also, because that is part of my series focus. It's teaching people how to use these different programs and kind of giving them a taste of what it's like to use programs like Illustrator, Procreate, Photoshop, etc. For scene 2, shot 3, it's more process footage, sped up, of course, with the text box and the voiceover saying now that I increased the size of the brush, I can make more distinguished lines, basically just showing them how to ink in stuff digitally. More process footage in scene 2, shot 4, and scene 2, shot 5, where I am first using a studio pen brush on a fresh layer to create solid line work, and making that like final outline for the drawing. And that's shot 4, and shot 5 it's continuing on by creating a new layer under the line work layer and renaming it color, then use an inking or airbrush tool to color in the line works. I do plan on figuring out, like I said earlier, how to screen record so that they can see like how to access the new layer and how to access the renaming options. But for right now, with what I have available and what how much knowledge I have of how to do that, it will just highlight like on the screen what tools I used. The rest of the scene 2 shots are all process footage and voiceovers, and for scene 3 it'll just be a final image of the drawing I did, and the last video scene will be of my YouTube channel with a logo or something, and then it'll have like cross promotion links to my Twitter and the subscribe and like buttons. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for looking at this walkthrough video.